You have to get to the point where you're confident enough to do well.
Yeah.
Or you might not even make it in the field after years of education and time and sometimes financial burden. You might not if you just can't be confident enough to get over that fear of going to work eventually.
Yep.
I feel like you have to have a sense of confidence enough so people, patients who have no idea what's going on and are scared are like, all right, I'm in good hands. But also, so if you are wavering constantly, if you have way too many directions to go in, it's really hard to tunnel vision. So like confident enough to stand your ground. I remember, I hope this doesn't make you mad. One of the first shifts I worked with you, this sounds kind of weird. You like to talk out loud with your differentials.
Nobody can figure
and
that
it was
out.
a patient that was
listening to that, by the way. I love it. I learned so much from that.
I want to say they were hypertensive, but there was something else going on, and I can't remember what it was. And you were like, all right, if I give them this, I tank their blood pressure. But if I give them this, they have a risk of stroking out. And I'm like, that is the worst pressure I have ever. And you were going back and forth for probably 10 to 15 minutes.
Hang out and listen to this.
He's fantastic to listen to because you learn so
It's
much.
personal.
Keep talking.
That's all I was doing was
Love it.
standing and watching you. I was like, it's like he has a button in front of him that's like, okay, nuke the world or don't nuke the world. And you were like, all right. And I was like, is anyone listening to him? Like, it sounds like he's making a life or death situation right now. And you're like, all right. And I'm sure they walked out of there that day. But I was like,
And he does it in about a nanosecond.
It was, and no one else was
that.
percepting it. But it was, you had yourself in check enough where you were like, outside feedback would be great, but you were like, I know for a fact these are the two options that I have to have. But that was like, you were making me sweat. And I was like, oh my gosh, what kind of decision is we going to make right now? I can't figure it out.
It annoys the shit out of a lot of people, but I think a lot of people
love it.
eventually might learn something from it.
I mean, it like,
it's personal.